So the whānau reporters, we had an excellent turnout on Friday night. The first thing about our board is we work as a whānau. It's no one sailing by themselves. We're all together, we all discuss everything. We really needed to lift our Māori achievement, our Pacific Island achievement.
I started here in 2009. One of the big things the board did was they trusted in the fact that by focusing on Māori, we would gain significant shifts, not only for Māori, but for all students.
In Daniel's interview, it shone the light for me when I said to him, when you move within the school, what's going to happen with our students and our teachers? And he turned around and said to me, we'll all move together. That was he's the man for us.
With the redesigned strategic plan, responsive outcomes, responsive systems and processes, responsive curriculum and responsive relationships became the key goals. The board were really clear about wanting school values defined, such as manaakitanga and whanaungatanga and hirangatanga and rangateratanga. People understand those metaphors and those values, and therefore they understand how they're meant to behave and how they're meant to interact with each other.
Whanaungatanga means like belonging, so we belong together as a family, as one. Manaakitanga, you show respect, you'll get it back.
Back in 2009, 2010, to participate as Māori at the school here, it was held within the bilingual unit. And so the board started asking these questions about what's happening for our Māori students that are not in the bilingual unit.
We closed our bilingual unit down because it was like there was Māori this side and there was European, and they weren't meeting.
It allowed community members, staff and Māori students to stand up and be proud of who they were at any place in the school.
And our kapahaka and everything like that, all nationalities, they're just our kids.
It's also about the board getting very strong evidence and data.
Every month we get a report from the teachers which show us their targets. So then we talk as a board about how we can help them. We don't do it by percentage. We do it by our students' names. So we know who needs to catch up, who needs to be picked up, and who will be all right.
We haven't implemented any one program which has had a big boost in achievement. What we've actually done is we focused on the interactions and the relationships between teachers and students, because we know when those are working, we know student achievement improves.
Remember the algorithm this way?
The board became really clear about where the resourcing needed to go. And there were many, many systems within the school which were traditional, where a lot of money went, and weren't necessarily making the big impact that it could have done. The board have fully funded Year 7 and 8 students. Also, they've fully funded Chromebooks, so they realised many members of the community can't afford those sort of things. They resourced restorative practice heavily in the school, but also more than that, they have created a whānau restorative hui process where they're actually supporting that student to stay at school rather than sitting at the end of a table and exiting them from school.
He said there's a teacher aide that he can talk to. We said if you're feeling that you're going to, lose it, go and talk to her.
This board, it's about governance, being responsive, and to be responsive you have to be present. And the board chair, she's often in the staff room. There's sort of an Anne corner. I sit in the staff room, and if some of our kids don't participate in what they meant to do, they'll come to the staff room and go, fire, da, 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 da. But, man, suck it in and go back. It's also about creating space in the community. So it's about the board being active at the marae.
Here at Pukemukemuke, we do a lot of fundraising. The money we make out of this goes towards the students and their defensive driving course.
Learners restricted full. That's all been paid for. We just had to turn up to our lessons.
NSO Level 1, Level 2 and Level 3 have shown sustainable improvements since 2010.
Our achievement for our Māori students has risen.
But that's not the only measure of success. So well-being is clearly a strong measure, and well-being for us is around a positive school culture where students who have a variety of high needs feel part of the family of the school.
That's what you want to ingrain in them. The world's their oyster. The kids are turning into adults before they leave school. That never used to happen.